We're back with the Cellar Angels' favorite, Jason Moore of Modus Operandi and his rock star Cabernet. So in 2002, you decide to make the leap from Texas to here, and you haven't looked back. So walk me through that process.
Every winery has a story. Mine starts in Dallas. You know, born and raised in Dallas. When I was like 16 years old, I started working in fine dining restaurants, which is where I had my first true interaction with wine. You know, working in the restaurants, I had that interaction with the sommeliers and the wine lists and stuff like that. So realized pretty quickly that I had an interest in wine. And so the interest in wine really evolved into a passion. And when I was 21, I got my real estate license. Did that for about 10 months or so. And one morning, my wife and I were having a little pillow talk. And she said, Jason, I know you think that real estate's your thing, but it's pretty obvious that it's not because you're really no good at it. So we need to kind of figure out what you're passionate about and see if we can create a career with that. And I realized that you know, I wanted to be a winemaker. Sold everything that we owned and moved to California to pursue the dream. I figured, man, I've got a decent personality, a cell phone, email address. You know, there's really no reason why I couldn't have 20 mentors. And so I, you know, kind of took that route and did my own self-study. So I was reading all of, you know, wine-making books, trade publications, and, you know, kind of filled in the gaps with Davis extension courses too. But I knew I had to make some wine. So
I'm curious about that too, because you studied the big boys and you had access to them a little bit with Italian, French, and now you are in one of the greatest winemaking regions of the world. So what is your philosophy on winemaking and what do you bring to the table that's unique?
Well, I think my philosophy is that winemaking really begins in the mind. You know, from there the winemaker decides what style of wine he's looking to make, and then you really can map out a plan of action that leads from your mind to the winery, to the vineyards. Ultimately, it lands in the vineyards. And then the unique thing that I bring is that I'm not classically trained, so I don't feel like I'm bound in this certain safety zone. Of doing things. I'm a very exploratory style of winemaker. I do things a little bit different than a lot of guys. I mean, and as we go through the wines, I think you'll see that they're almost reverse engineered in a way.
One of the things I like is the rarity that your wine, it's not in the marketplace all that often. So how do people get a hold of you? How do they get the wine in their hands?
Some people think I'm crazy for, but I like it a lot, is that my cell phone is on the back of every single bottle of wine that I produce. And so people can literally, like, and I've gotten these calls before, they call the number thinking they're gonna get, you know, a machine on the winery, right? But they get me on the phone and you know, set up an appointment, or come meet, or sit down, kind of like this. I mean, my tastings are very laid back and very informal. We're hanging out, having a good time, drinking some wine and getting to know each other and telling the story.
Just the way wine should be.
Yeah.
Really loved our behind the scenes look at Jason's unique style. The proof is in his loyal following, and at this price point, act fast. Thanks for all your support.